Mm-hmm.
All right, I think I'm back here. This guys, you gotta let me know how my my audio and my video is doing. I don't know if we got anybody in here yet. I haven't had any time to send anything out, so we shall see. We shall see how we're doing. Preview looks good. See if I get audio. Preview looks good. See if I get audio. Audio sounds great. Cool. I think we got it figured out. We're surviving. Woohoo! Rule number 1 of survival: don't die. All right. Hello from NYIT. Sounds good. Thank you very much. The American Homesteader, how are you tonight? Thanks for stopping in. Happy to be here, man. This is great. Be able to live stream now. I tried to live stream from my phone, and it actually kicked me back and said that I didn't meet the criteria that YouTube had set forth for minimum requirements. I know I'm kind of past the minimum requirements thing, but yeah, they keep a man down no matter what they can do. So it's interesting. Hey, there we go. We got a whole bunch of cool people in here. Mad Shad's up in here. We got Corey Bloomer, Prepper 101. What up? What up? How you guys doing? The Livingston Man is here with me. We fought through these technical difficulties, and this is obviously the first ever Friday night live with the Livingston Man. So he's here with me tonight. And we got a couple topics we want to talk about. And I want to know what you guys want to talk about. I want to know what you guys want to see. I want to know what you think I could do better, what you think I suck at. Corey Bloomer doesn't get to answer that one. But yeah, man, I think it's going to be a good live stream, and we're going to try and keep it interesting and see how long we can hold on here. You know, we're as they say, we're building the ship while we're flying it. So here we are. Let's see, Livingston Man. We have some topics here. Come on in, Livingston Man. Come on in, Livingston Man. I can't do this without you.
Hello, everyone.
So
it's great to see you all. And the reason we actually decided to do a live stream was because Mike's channel got over 1,000 subscribers. So thanks to like every one of those people. For starters, it's great to see this many people involved in like whether a movement or a lifestyle, whatever you want to call it, all like-minded individuals that transcend every other kind of thing about your lives and come together on something like this for whatever your reasons are. So it's great to have all of you.
Yeah, man. I got to give the Livingston
Hudson
Man.
Valley Pabst Blue Ribbon and Survival, baby.
It's a celebration tonight. Celebration tonight. So yeah, I want to thank the Angry Prepper for supporting me since the start, and even before the start. You know, it was guys like him, a New York Prepper, Shrimp Zoo. They all really pushed me to do this and to start a channel. And the Livingston Man, obviously, and my friends that are Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. Yeah, he's an excellent cameraman, and all the awesome music that you hear on Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, he's your man. So if you need some awesome music, you can reach out to me, and I can talk to him, and he can get you some awesome music. The Angry Prepper is my leader. Dr. Livingston, I presume. That's pretty funny. Mad Shad. That's a good one. How's everybody's gardens? Corey Bloomer wants to know how everybody's gardens are doing.
The broccoli will not grow, Corey. Whatever it is, I maybe need some colder weather or something, but yeah, my broccoli, it did not do well. Most of my seed packets did not do well, except for the tomatoes. They did. They're a little overabundant, really. I got plenty of them. Everything else is bunk. If you bought seed packets, at least the ones I got, I don't know what they were. They sucked. That's how my garden is.
Mine's doing pretty good. Zucchini and squash are blooming like crazy. Tomatoes all over the tomato plants, cucumbers. Oh man, I got so many cucumbers. So it's interesting, man. I really like gardening because I fail. I grew some sweet corn and I got these little tiny ears of corn, and but it's a learning curve, you know. So I'd rather fail now than fail when it counts the most. So
if you don't try, you won't do.
That's right. You fail 100% of the times that you don't try. So there's that.
I love it.
Tam E says the gardens have been harder here, Saugerties, but tomatoes are amazing. Corn doing amazing. We got Poughkeepsie, New York checking in also. How you doing, William Alexander? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Part of Poughkeepsie you're from, Billy. You got a lot of farms in there.
All my buckets and jars are doing well. First time this year.
Is anybody doing any sort of urban gardening? Like a lot of us, I think maybe we're probably like rural people. Is anybody checking in from a place that isn't really that? Urban gardening is something like maybe lots of folks could benefit from learning about. It doesn't take much. If you have like a patio or even like a big window in your house or something, you can get like a little herb garden for your kitchen going on and start yourself on that path to self-sufficiency, little baby steps.
Gardens are doing well, looks like, for the most part. Aphid problems. Tammy has some aphid problems. I've heard that you can get ladybugs sent to you and they will take care of your aphid problems. So that's a possibility also. Like I said, it's an experiment for me, gardening. I just enjoy getting out there and tilling up the dirt and bringing something up out of the ground. Let's see, what other topics did we have to discuss tonight, Livingston Man? You gotta the news cycles.
See, I was annoyed when I got home from work today, and so a lot of this is a bit incendiary, really. I mean, I don't want to just jump right into some real controversial stuff. I mean, it's supposed to be a celebration.
Yeah, but
where do you start with this? This is I wrote this. What did I write here? I don't know.
Yeah.
The news. All right, let me start with this. The news. All right, now I sit around, I read the news all day. Not really because I'm like want to be infected by it, but keep a pulse on society, particularly because most people indeed do watch the news or read it, and so do I. I've like noticed a disturbing trend. It would seem to be where they all say the same thing, and like they sort of try to lead you down a certain way. And I really don't even want to get too much into it, but start thinking about what you see in headlines. And when you read the article, that a lot of times it actually like either outright rebuts what the headline said, or like the real truth of it's buried at the very bottom of it, where they know nobody's going to actually read that far.
It. Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. The news has been really inflammatory. It seems like
it's pointed at you. You see headlines that like relate to you. It's because the algorithms and whatnot, they know what you click on and what you interact with, and so then it shows you things that it thinks you'd be interested in. That's why you see things that tend to stoke your fears or confirm your beliefs. So you have to be careful with this sort of stuff. All right. Any side is capable of producing propaganda.
Oh, yeah.
And watch out for it.
Yep. It's thick, guys. It's real thick. And there's a lot of things going down in the world right now that they keep a lid on. And if you're not tuned in, then it's hard to find a lot of that information about what's really going on in the world today. I know we all hear lots of rumors and things coming down the line. Some of them you hear it and you just say, well, hopefully not, but just to be sure, I think I'm going to stop by the grocery store tonight and pick up a little extra. So we're all in the preparedness mindset. So the more we can stockpile, the more we can get going the faster the better. So, accelerate your plans if you can, and we'll prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Yeah, self-sufficiency is the goal, or to the best of your ability. If that involves like a community-based effort, so be it. But it starts with the individual and radiates out from there.
Absolutely. Your neighborhood. The more you know your neighbors, the more you know the people around you, the better. Keep a sense of community if you can, and if you haven't, you should start working on that right away. It's beautiful out here on upstate New York this weekend. Go hit some yard sales or something in your community, in your neighborhood. That's a great icebreaker to talk to your neighbors and kind of see what kind of stuff they got too, man. They might be getting rid of some cool stuff. So if you can stock up on the yard sales, and if you find some cast iron, let me know. I'm looking for some more cast iron stuff for the SHTF cookware. So if you come across some cast iron and you're not going to take it yourself, holler at your boy. I'm all about that.
Here's a shameless plug, really, but not really. I'm not getting any money. Nobody asked me to say this, but I got a nice little set of cast iron pans down at the local Hannaford, right down here in the Livingston. But I got an 8-inch one, a 10-inch one, and a 12-inch one. They had it right there. They had cast iron pans in Hannaford, so you don't have to go to the Army Navy store just to get useful stuff. It doesn't matter if it does what it's supposed to do. It did what it was supposed to do. So now you know. I think they closed that. Yeah, you missed it.
Too late. That's another thing with all the recent changes is the hours of the stores have been reduced, so there's less time that people are in there, and they still haven't really returned to normal.
Does anybody even remember normal? Yeah. Really think back. It's hard to remember, isn't it? It feels like it was forever ago, wasn't it? It feels like, oh man, and then you realize that was a year and a half ago. You remember things better from 8-10 years ago than you remember from a year and a half ago, and that's also on purpose.
I agree. There's a lot of stuff done by design. A lot of it. Let me check the comments here quick.
Anybody got some questions?
Let's see. William Alexander wants to know if we are affiliated with the Hornet's Nest paintball.
Heard of them. Bunch of weirdos hang out there.
Thanks, friend. Affiliated with, I guess you could kind of say in a way. I'm friends with the owner of Hornet's Nest Paintball, and he's allowed us to host a ton of events there, and he gives us access to the property for free, so I don't have to charge anybody anything to come out to most events. And I think that's a huge selling point when I'm not selling you anything other than a chance to come out and test out your stuff, a chance to come out and take a medical class. And we'll see what comes in the future. It's a great piece of property and the owner's a great guy. And if he's going to keep offering it for just for nothing, then I will continue to use it to the best of my ability to help better prepare the people around me. And it's a cool place. So that's my answer on that particular question. Let me take another quick peek in the old chat here.
So small. I wish we had a big old screen.
Yeah, can I get the Joe Biden teleprompter, please? They're saying countrywide lockdown coming in 2 weeks. That is from Knife Maker 123.
Based on what? All right. We were not really trying to go here, Knife Maker
123.
123.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, they're gonna run with this Delta variant. I don't know how far you want me to go with this, but all I'll say on it is the first and second waves didn't get our attention the way they were supposed to. So, come what may, third time's the charm.
Could be. You know, the
Can I smoke on your live stream? Should we put up a parental rating? It's got smoking.
Yeah, well,
fears,
we've got all kinds of
conspiracy theories.
Well, we're white, so we're extremists.
I don't identify as such.
Let's see here. We got Mad Shad says he likes to look at all sources to help get a better overall picture of the subject matter. It helps. It absolutely does. I like to watch the CNN and the Fox News at the same time on two different TVs.
Right. Sorry.
Oh, no.
That brings me to another point. A lot of issues, in fact, most of them probably are presented as so very polarized, so north and south, so black and white, so every polar opposite that you can think of. When you start to research, no matter what that issue is, you find that it is very gray and very murky, and it's hard to sift through because situations are complicated, and they aren't always just black and white. Sometimes things are, but actually that's rare. Everything else is way more complicated than it has been presented to actually be. Grain of salt. In fact, like this day and age, you need the whole shaker. Like just put your whole salt intake at once on that thing because you're gonna need it.
I agree. It's
we weren't even trying to go here. This is a celebration.
It's a celebration.
You know what? You guys.
Hey, they were happy talking about gardens. And we went there.
We got down the hole real quick. I mean, what is it you guys want to hear about? Like, I'm a Livingston Man.
So people want to know if we prep cigarettes. Yes, I prep tobacco. The big bags of it, and then I vacuum seal it, and I throw an oxygen absorber in there, and I hope for the best that it's not really nasty when I get to it. But that was the cheapest way for me to stockpile some tobacco for SHTF. I do have to tear into that, and I will potentially make a video on that they will probably take down because, you know.
It's already going to demonetize us because I'm smoking the devil's weed here. But
we can get monetized.
It's like a pipe dream or something. That's the American dream anymore, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, now about the cigarettes thing. Haven't actually not really thought too much about it. Probably for the best that like my supply dwindle out and I just can't get them anymore. Anyone who is stockpiling them, you'll kind of just be considered like a peddler, like I don't want to say a drug dealer. That sounds ridiculous talking about cigarettes, but kind of the same thing. And eventually your supply is going to run out. So unless you're growing your own and stuff, then it turns into this whole other thing. If you're really that into like tobacco, you're going to grow your own. All power to you, man. But honestly, I mean, they should probably just dwindle out. I smoke them now. When they run out, like, I mean, good. You know?
You're probably right. Because when things go to crap, your health is going to be important. So.
I mean, you're sitting hiding there in the woods in your fucking flak jacket, smoking a cigarette. Come on, guys.
Oh, man. So Mad Chad brings up a great point. He says, yup, stars and pace, primary, alternative, contingency, and emergency. That is the best way to plan anything. You pace plan everything. For every plan, you have a primary plan. You have an emergency plan, or a primary plan, an alternate plan, a contingency plan, and an emergency plan for every single plan that you have. So it requires a lot more thought into your plans, but when things go sideways, which they often do, you have redundancies and backup systems, essentially, if you plan properly. So yes, I think that is the proper way to plan anything, Mad Chad, is pace plan everything. Let's see.
Can we elaborate on that more? Because I never heard that before. Like pace plan. Now, what's that? Like a phase? You kind of mean like you have like steps you're going to take. Like, say that then.
Exactly.
Like,
so if your primary bug out route is compromised, then you take your alternate bug out route.
Okay. So yeah.
And then if that bug out route is compromised,
let's just clarify the lingo, you guys. I'm not up on your fancy speak, you guys out here. Forgive me. No, I probably sounded condescending, maybe a little bit. I just wanted to be clear on what we're talking about. What'd you call it again?
PACE.
PACE plan. You guys just stand for something by chance? PACE?
What is it? It's an acronym. I believe it's Shad, please elaborate in the comments as to PACE planning and why it's important for everyone to use PACE planning.
Yeah, because I'm digging it. I just wanted to understand it.
Yeah.
We're waiting on you now.
And if you guys don't
this is about you now, Shad Blow.
We got 12 people watching, awesome. And we got 9 thumbs up already. If you don't mind smashing that.
I used to be in a band, and we didn't even get this many people to show up at the bar for us, so this is really cool. You ever be in a local band, you have an event on your Facebook page and it's like 75 people are coming, but like not actually. They just want to be involved in the conversation. Yeah, 5 of them show up.
3.
Can I get free drink?
I heard you guys are giving away stuff.
I'm with the band.
Half-Breed Chuck says it's proper planning. Absolutely. Says, being serious, how can you plan a bug out route till it happens? I'm only prepping for the end of the world, not the 3-day one. That to me is camping. I agree. I think
some people be out here like camping. I'm telling you, like some of y'all be glamping.
Yeah, I've done it. I've done the glamping.
Strip your kits back. Some of y'all strip them back, take it down to bare bones. We're like, if you don't have an Army survival manual, get one of those. My favorite book, if you're really like new to this, if like this is like you're watching us and like some of the stuff you don't know what we're talking about, and like you're just getting into this prepping thing, get the Boy Scout handbook. And the entire middle section has this like essential section of like stuff you need when you just go out of the doors. How to like do basic, like super basic Boy Scout stuff. Like start at the bottom. Like don't try to wade your way into the deep end. Start with the basic stuff and like work up from there. And then like really start to evaluate your gear. Of course, you at the end of the day, you think you need all this stuff, but like
basics go along.
Without like your basics have got to be your focus at all times, because without them, all of your other supplementary stuff can't work. So always keep the bare bones basics like in mind.
Oh, Mad Chad gave a great breakdown of it. He says, okay, he breaks it down to water. All right. So if you need water, you have your primary means of gathering water, which is from your sink. Your alternate means of gathering water, which would be the creek. His contingency is the rain catchment. His emergency is water out of the dumpster. So there's a lot of different things you could do. That's a great breakdown, Mad Chad. That was awesome. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. It's going to be like that multi-phasic, modular system, if you will. Like, I actually like the way he talked about water, because where I thought he was going to go is that water will, always try to flow downhill, right? But when impeded, it simply goes around it and finds another route. And so actually, I thought that was maybe where he was going to go with it.
Yeah,
But yeah, when impeded, go around it and find another way.
Yep, exactly. And that goes back to the whole answer to the question is how do you prepare for a bug out route, right? Is that what it was? Let me scroll back up here.
These bug out route conversations can get real complicated because everybody's
situation. How can you plan a bug out route till it happens, prepping for the end of the world, not the 3-day one?
He's right. I like that. Yeah, you can't. It's something that's absolutely useless. You can plan your whole life about like, I'm going to go to this place and like Sorry, that was the place.
That place is on fire.
Was the
you
place,
can't go there.
Yeah, and what then? That you really cannot fully commit to a bug out location until it happens. I agree with who said that.
Christ, you put me on the spot. I do believe that was the knife maker.
What are you doing here? Pull that up.
Trying. Yeah, it was the knife maker.
Okay, yeah, I fully agree.
Knife maker is absolutely correct.
It's really like a kind of. I don't want to mean like you got to like sit on your ass and wait, but it's a
situation.
Really,
dictates.
it is.
Situation
it really is
dictates.
Because you can't just be committed to go to a place that you can't go to if it came to that.
And Tammy says that her emergency water is a dehumidifier because she has 8 of those in her house.
Okay, and your air conditioner. A lot of people maybe don't know this, but air conditioner and dehumidifier are kind of the same thing. And that water that drips out of it.
Yeah, you can use that.
Hudson Valley Pabst Blue Ribbon and Survival. Yeah, that water that drips out of your air conditioner is like pure. It's condensed. Always want to just boil water if possible. But yeah, that's another one. And a dehumidifier can suck like 2.5 gallons or more just out of the air.
Yeah.
You need power to run one. And on the scale of an air conditioner, like it's kind of like an air conditioner. So yes, that's a really cool idea, but you will need power to use that.
Corey wants to know, how does he share the live stream? So underneath our pretty
we didn't even know how to make it work, dude.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Figure it out.
Underneath our pretty faces here, there should be a share button, as well as where you would find the thumbs up or the like. You'll have to get out of the live chat and go back to the main stream. We'll still be streaming. You won't lose us, but then you can find the share button from there.
I got that.
And the thumbs up button, guys. Don't
like
forget to smash that like button. I wiped my butt. I wiped my butt.
Here's your shirt.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious. That guy's a walking comedy show, guys, and the rest of the world knows it.
It's maybe that's what it's supposed to be. Who knows? I don't know.
It's crazy. Mad Chad says,
for him.
"Be like water, my friend." Bruce Lee. Very good. What else do we got? We've got Tammy has an emergency power source. That's exactly how you do it. Half-breed Chuck is from Idaho. Awesome. How's the crops up there, man? Heard you guys got some wildfires up there also. I hope everybody in your circle is safe and doing well.
Montana, Idaho, like Wyoming, like that whole upper quadrant of the place I always really, really wanted to go, never been. Farthest west I ever was not even the upper peninsula of Michigan. I went to the Electric Forest Festival. Took 14 hours to drive there. Ohio, like, was unnecessary. Like, nobody needed that. And of the 14-hour trip to go from New York to Michigan, 12 of it was Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania's pretty big.
Like they were like they drank like liquor and they built the road this way for whatever reason. They just keep going up the hill and then back down it again. I guess that's what we'll do. Welcome to our live stream. 1,000 subscribers. We're celebrating tonight.
Yeah, we did it. 1,000 subscribers. Woo!
Like, thanks to the angry prepper, especially because I feel like every time this dude reps mic, like a gas
angry
pump, like
prepper
a gas pump,
has been huge for my channel. Every time he speaks my name, the subscribers just kind of roll in. So thank you so much, Angry Prepper. I really appreciate all of the nice things you've had to say about the channel and the events. And coming out to the events, the live stream with you at the campfire was awesome. And I really appreciate everything you've done for the channel, man. We wouldn't be where we are today without your help. And Shrimp Zoo, New York Prepper, again, a couple other channels that you guys should check out if you don't already. Those guys were huge when I was getting started and really pushed me to do this. And without them, I wouldn't be here with all of you guys in the chat right now. So I feel kind of lucky that I'm here. And a big thanks to everybody and my Livingston Man. My Livingston Man he's done so much. I'm gonna get him a trophy. A trophy.
I was gonna give a speech like the Oscars, and I was like, nobody watches that. Who else is in here? What's going on? How many people are watching this thing, huh?
We got 14.
14 people.
Chad K subscribed 8 months ago, so he was not part of the Angry Prepper wave that was in the last few days. That's awesome, Chad. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate you being here. And I hope the content has been getting better for you guys. And I want to keep doing the things, man. I want to get out and play with the gear and you know, show you guys how we do things up here.
Honestly, that's really what it's all about, is just playing with the toys. We can admit it, right? Go ahead. Once in a while, you just want to play with your toys. Don't lie.
Oh man, look, you were talking trash, and Stars Prepper is from Ohio. God.
I didn't. All right, you know what? I'm gonna circle back. Ohio. I went to a Burger King right outside of Toledo, and the chicken and the French fries were just totally different than anything I ever had. It was amazing. Like, y'all got it going on in that regard, and like, you know, that was I was only on my way through, but that was my real only takeaway from Ohio. I considered it like I didn't really need this. No, go ahead. Come on. I'm from New York, man. You can talk some shit. Like, you can talk some shit. All right. I got Andrew Cuomo over here. I don't even know who the governor of Ohio is. I figure that's probably a good thing. Like, you guys, you know what? Nobody even talks about Ohio.
It's true. It's true. Mad Shad does.
I think you should.
Mad Shad's from just outside of Cleveland.
It should count as blessings. It sounds like you got it pretty good there in Ohio, because like,
yeah, no,
nothing's even going on.
Let's see.
This guy hates Ohioans.
Stephanie Joe Roundtree says nationwide lockdown in 2 weeks. Info came from an insider at the White House. Stock up. Well, I'm afraid you might be right. At least they're going to try to do that. And what it's going to take is it's going to take everybody's participation to make that happen. And I think a lot of people are like, I don't feel like participating in all that nonsense. So
yeah, really, that sort of level of compliance is a group activity. And that being said, it requires a group to participate, like you said. And just because everyone's doing something doesn't mean it's right.
It's true. That's very true. Militant farmer.
Some of the worst things that ever happened in history were legal. So just remember that when they say, well, it's the law.
Yeah.
Now, some laws are just. Some laws make sense. Other ones don't. It is for... And I don't want to do it. I mean, I'm just going to stop it right there. In fact, what I'll do... you decide.
Well, you know, he's right, because
I'm back. I didn't leave. I was just.
I'm never going to tell anybody what to do, and I wouldn't expect anybody to listen to me.
I'd consider you foolish if you like got busted in a crime and you were like, "Well, he said," I'd be like, I would laugh and be like, "Why would you listen to something I said?" I don't listen to what I say.
But yeah, I think mandates are not the law. I wish we would rise up and say no. Stephanie Joe. I agree.
True.
I agree. Well, you know, I wish that people would stand for something. And if we can find common ground in one thing, then maybe we can find common ground in more things. and actually start to work together to make the world a better place. And then I can say that I did all this survival and prepping stuff for nothing. That would be,
yes.
if
Now
I had one wish.
That's a place I wish I was wrong. You know, like, good thing. All right, like that's the place, but it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Yep.
It's this conversation has taken a turn where I feel like I'm about to bust out.
No, we're celebrating. We're celebrating.
It's a celebration. You
Right?
guys are getting a little negative here. You know what?
Yay.
Okay, now another thing that happens is that people called like preppers and survivalists, you start thinking of like these camouflage dudes with helmets and body armor and AR-15s, like they're just out here like a militant squad who like just is like hell bent on chaos and destruction. But no, it's about prepping, preparation, and survival of a catastrophic event or chain of such. It's not about any sort of militarism. It's not about any sort of real ideology, except again, self-sufficiency.
Yeah.
Like nobody's Nazis here, nobody's racist here, nobody's white supremacists here. None of that.
I don't buy into it.
We don't see that. It doesn't matter. What matters is a sense of self, family, community, society.
I agree.
That is what this prepping and survival thing means. Anyone who says otherwise, those are your militants and whatever else, and people you got time for that, then go have time for that.
3 Dog says that prepping is just,
3 Dog, you play Fallout 3?
3 Dog prepping says it's just another way of life insurance. I agree.
Certainly. Imagine not having the means to like subsist, like even for a few days, like you were just locked up, stuck in a place, like you had nothing. Without a raincoat, you could die in 3 hours, man.
So the knife maker says
I want to know more about 3 Dog.
It's a mindset.
I loved your radio show on Galaxy News Radio.
Let's see. Knife maker says mindset. Don't panic. Just prep. Just be ready, just in case. You're absolutely correct.
I feel like you've been relegated to like reading the comments on your own damn channel. I'm like hosting the show right now. Want me to do this? Like, we'll flip it over.
No, we're having.
You address the crowd.
We're having fun here. We're having fun.
We are laughing.
I want everybody to chat it up. I like the chat.
If y'all could just hit the share
how
button. I don't know how it works. We don't even know how to make the camera work.
I don't know how Angry Prepper can scroll through that chat of his and pick out a comment and just glance down and say, yeah, I want that one, and then address everybody like that. Man, he's gifted. He's gifted. He's been at it for a while. Because there's 18 people here. He gets like 1,800, 2,000. And
so we need him to share this live stream right now.
Oh,
Travis, you help us out, bro.
Tammy says she's prepped with a black husband and mixed kids. God bless you. I hope.
Who's Nick?
I hope you never have any issues. Never have any issues. People are mean. People are nasty, and so I don't like a lot of people. Keep the circle small.
I'm super guilty of this thing where I don't really like people I don't know. But as soon as I know people, I don't mind them. I like them. So I guess probably part of my problem is my own, where maybe I should just, network and integrate with more people. And maybe if you feel the way that I do, maybe that's the deal is, go out and like network and like meet people, like especially like-minded folks, like it helps.
Yeah.
And a network, a community, like I said before, like, it starts with you and then the family and then the community and then society, and then like the world. Like, you know, once you can start to connect all of these things, you realize we're all just out here suffering. And there's like 7 people in the world who like ain't suffering, and then there's the rest of us.
Ain't that the truth?
Stop drawing lines and putting boxes around everything.
Yeah, it furthers a division. You know, it really does. It's sad to see.
Which again, you might, you know, some people think that, you know, division is the goal. Like, and if it's, again, don't fall for it. Just because all the girls are wearing capri pants doesn't mean you have to. Just because everybody's wearing a mask doesn't mean you have to. Okay, if you think for yourself and do what's right, that's what matters.
Exactly. Do what's right and stand for something, or you fall for anything.
This live stream went a bunch of places. I was like, I ain't gonna go here.
Yet here we are.
I was like, I'm not gonna go there because I'm gonna get you banned from your channel.
Well, if we're gonna get a strike,
they did it.
If we're gonna get a strike, we might as well get it right out of the gate.
There's like an umpire coming across the screen. He's like,
oh man, no, they just yank people's feeds anymore.
Whose people's feed? Better not yank my people's feed.
Oh, let's see. Whose
feeds?
My people. Whose feeds have?
Who are my people?
Whose feeds have been yanked? I would say that.
He can't even claim
no,
it. You know, he's fake news. Nobody's feed was yanked. They're not censoring.
No, YouTube.
They're not censoring people. They wouldn't dare. This is America. Are you kidding me? Don't.
It's a division tactic, Tammy says. Tammy said she was actually accused of being racist until they saw her family.
That kind of thing shouldn't matter.
No, it shouldn't. And my favorite is little kids. When you see little kids that don't see color or class or anything like that.
And then they're taught it.
Unfortunately.
It's taught. You guys, it's taught. Don't teach it. Stop with it. A man is a man is a man. A person is a person is a person. Whichever pronoun you want to use. I didn't mean to go with the man thing, but a friend of mine who's Jamaican, his thing was a man is a man is a man.
Yep.
Stop with the goddamn racism. Stop judging and making it about skin color. It is useless. Makes no sense. It means nothing. It is ridiculous. When we're all poor, we're all oppressed, we're all overtaxed, we're all oppressed, we're all beat by police and treated like subjects, not citizens. And skin color has nothing to do with it.
I agree.
That was a place I really was not going to try to go on damn live stream. Hudson Valley, Pabst Blue Ribbon, and Survival.com.
Jeez.
No, don't type that in.
No.
You guys sell beer? No.
No.
You could use one though. If you monetize this video, you get people to get like us beer.
Well, yeah, I suppose we would need a beer sponsor for the Livingston Man.
Let's ask you guys this. We're digging the kind of Q&A thing, I guess. I mean, we're just sitting here like hanging out, like enjoying 1,000 subscribers, but we'd like to hear from you guys, being the subscribers and all. Like, how's everybody doing? And just ask us some questions. What do you want? Like, I don't know. Don't ask me anything, but like, ask us questions. Good.
Hi, Laura. Old Mutt. What's happening, Old Mutt? Smile and wink. Don't ignore me. Sure, Corey Bloomer. Corey Bloomer says that HVPS's guy beard is freaking awesome. Thanks. I did it up just for you, buddy.
He's probably got one of those like lawnmower 3.0 things. I have one. I haven't used it in a couple of days, but I'll tell you what, you can shave like anything from your head to your toes with that. Lawnmower 3.0, shameless plug. Nobody asked me to do that. I paid for the fucking thing. Works good though. You've seen the ads, right? It does what they said. You shave your fucking toes, bro.
Truck driver says whenever we pass through a reservation, we pick up a few $20 cartons of generics. Oh, misery.
You ever smoke them things?
Missouri smokes are $50 a carton. Cheap smokes make a good prep. They really do, Steve. They really do. Great barter item.
A buddy of mine brought me a carton of the indigenous cigarettes.
Oh yeah.
And they don't come in a pack. Like they just get this bag of cigarettes, like poof, like this weird Ziploc bag, like poof, like 200 cigarettes in there. They suck. They suck. No, you're like, oh well, you know, in a prepping situation, no, you'll quit smoking before you smoke these fucking things. Trust me. I did. They're still in my. I bought them. I got them like 2 years ago. Like still in my refrigerator. Like I could have saved thousands of dollars by not buying cigarettes, and just smoke these things. But no, I decided I'd rather spend thousands of dollars to smoke these fucking Indian cigarettes. Don't get them. Sounds a good idea. Investor, yeah, okay, you're gonna invest and sell them to other people. Yeah, do that. You'll make a lot of money. If you're a smoker, don't. You don't want that. It's like cheap coffee. It just is not gonna do it for you.
So Mad Shad wants to know, what are the plans for the channel in the future? I want to do these live streams, but I want to do them from like the middle of the woods. I want to do them while we're building a shelter. I want to do them around the campfire. I think I don't want to be here in the studio all the time doing this. We had some crazy winds here today, so outside with that and all the people flooding up from the city for the weekend, it's a little loud. It's a little loud outside, so we brought it inside tonight.
We want to bring higher production values. We want to present you guys with more entertaining, dynamic,
content.
Things to see. It's just you get these GoPro cameras, and it's like hero. You can go be a hero, but I can't just get off of work and go jump out of a fucking airplane with that camera strapped to my head with Mike, in my arms, and one of these days, yeah, sure, we're gonna do that, but that is not today.
No, I want to do some more
yes.
gear reviews also, especially of the gear that I've found that's decent, because I've been through the crummy gear, guys. I know a lot of you have too. You buy something and it's all hopped up on the internet. If you don't have this, you're gonna freaking die. So I buy it and then I try it, and it's a piece of crap. And I find something that works better and fills that role better. And I want to share that with you guys so that you don't waste your money on the garbage.
You have to sift your way through this whole bunch of stuff to find your way to like the good stuff. Like leave that to us. We already did that. So yeah, again, follow the channel. We'll try to show you in ways that Mike likes. Everyone likes high quality, reasonable price, durability. I'll tack onto that. I like modularity. I love pieces of gear that can do more than one thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That can
fill multiple roles.
Right, because then you can take, where you add one thing, you can take a couple out. It's all about saving weight, saving space, saving time, patience, energy, all of it.
Yep.
Patience is a virtue, and it's one that I really don't have. If this thing doesn't work right now,
we're just gonna send it.
I'm gonna walk 30 miles to find a wood chipper to throw it in it.
Hi Laura, thanks for the sub. Appreciate you being here. This is our very first live stream. This is we're building the plane as we're flying it, so bear with us here.
With those penguins.
And it's a 1,000 subscriber celebration. So if you got a drink, it's Friday night. If you're home, if you're not driving, grab yourself a drink and enjoy. Kick your feet up. Ask. The
Livingston Man would probably say that if you are driving, just don't get caught.
Chad, I do have plans for the 1,000 sub giveaway, and I do want to make it a little bit more personal, but I have to find a good way to do it. and I have to get the gear together to give everybody. So that's coming soon, guys. You know, I just hit this threshold this morning and kind of threw this together this evening. You know, I started putting this together at like 6:30, and you know, the wheels came off the bus a couple times. So, but we're definitely going to get it back together. Giveaways are like my favorite thing in the whole world. Anybody who's ever been to my live events, you know that I always bring stuff and goodies for everybody. So I'm definitely going to do some giveaways. I think I still got some Hudson Valley Prepping Survival patches, so I can definitely hook a couple people up with the patches. Yeah, but it's a PVC morale patch, and it's awesome. So I'm definitely going to make it a little more personal, and this was kind of impromptu. And I twisted the Livingston Man's arm into letting me strong arm his studio. So here we are.
Tried everything, and yeah, this is what we ended up with. If you saw that first live stream, you saw that we're, you know, definitely not really pros at this.
No, it's all learning curve.
I'm gonna look back at the first one, and I'm probably gonna say that was better.
Matt Shad said the very first live stream. This is history in the making.
It's actually the second.
Just talking about the first one got flushed pretty fast. Let's see. Yeah, Chad says he needs a little bit more help with getting his prepping and stuff together. Old Mutt says he wants to see preppers and survivalists camping weekend skill challenges. Me too. I've got a couple of ideas, and want to see people put their feet to the fire, so to speak. And I think it'd be a great learning experience for a lot of people, and it's something that I definitely want to bring to the channel. You know, passing that 1,000 sub threshold is supposed to let me live stream from the mobile phone, so it'll be a lot easier to show everybody that.
They lied.
Yeah, they're full of it. You know, YouTube works very.
Oh, well, now that you did that, there's this other thing. So thanks, guys.
That's exactly how
there's hidden fees involved with that.
So Mad Shed says, "Cool. I need one of those morale patches. Awesome. A link where I can get the shirt. I will get that in here somehow. Let's see. I'm not exactly sure how I can do that right now, but it's a Teespring thing. And what I'll have to do is let's see if I can pick up another thing here and make that happen for you. Guys, you can also find Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. We've got a group there. We've got a page there.
Is it the whole thing? Do they got to write it out?
Oh, yeah. It's a long name, but it's amazing results.
Hudson, now, is it that symbol or is it A-N-D?
No, it's A-N-D.
Hudson Valley
Prepping,
A-N-D.
Hudson Valley Prepping A-N-D Survival. You can also check out the website, which is in construction, but it's on its way. www.hudsonvalleypreppingandsurvival.com. So we're starting to get the ball rolling here.
You ever heard of hvps.com? Like,
no, it was taken. Yeah,
who are they? What are they doing?
I don't know. I know that it was taken and it wasn't available.
Yo, hvps.com.
Man.
Coming for you, bro.
Yeah. Soon I will own that one too.
Cease and desist, my dude.
So yeah, man, we're
just threatening
strong here on YouTube. Hey, we've been chatting for a bit now.
It's been fun. I'm having is everyone else enjoying themselves? Are you guys hear us out there?
What state are you guys in? We are in upstate New York. We're about 2 hours north of New York City, nestled between the Berkshires and the Catskill Mountains in the beautiful Hudson Valley.
She's the jewel. Boy, is she.
Yeah, it's the breadbasket of New York.
Yep.
Lots
of apple
the
basket, really.
Yep. The apple basket for sure.
Well, yeah, it's a cute little place we live here. Livingston, as I'm the Livingston Man, that's where I'm from. It's a historic town. part of the original Livingston Manor was a land grant given to, if I'm right, let me see if I can fuck this up right. Robert Livingston. It was given to him by the King of England, about 6,000 acres or so. What we now call Columbia County was actually just this dude's property. And all these little fiefdoms, sprung up around it. And every little work camp was a community. And so then after time, over 6,000 acres in what we now call a county, they sprung up into little towns. And that's where we live now.
I love it. It's historic. It's old.
I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah,
Nobody cares.
It's a really cool place.
My favorite dinosaur was a Stegosaurus.
Are we near Prepper Nurse 1? So New York State is absolutely humongous. And I am probably 5 hours from Prepper Nurse 1. He is what we would call Western New York. They break New York down into chunks because...
Yeah, they borderline want to stick us in with downstate. We're like about that close. 50 miles from like turning into downstate. So I mean, we're upstate, but some people don't even think so.
3 Dog is a Greene County goon.
What you know about Fallout 3, though? Where'd you get that name from? I know who 3 Dog is.
Congrats on the live stream. Hope to see more great content. Thank you, Chad. Steve Fanslow says, great show, guys.
A bunch of emojis. This one dude threw up a...
Yeah, Mad Chad, the thumbs up.
Thumbs up with the cool guy thing.
Yeah, man. It's been great being here tonight. The Hudson Valley is the best part of New York. Thank you so much, William Alexander. I agree. New York State's huge. It's absolutely
There's so many different little regions in New York. Like, you kind of have it all here.
If you haven't been to the Adirondacks, you should go pay them a visit.
The Hudson Highlands, just north of New York City. Western New York, the Great Lakes region, the Finger Lakes region, I actually meant to say. Lake Champlain, Lake George. Boy, I mean, New York's got it all, man.
Trillo's
tyrannical governor, all that. It's great.
So, has y'all been to Maine? Yes, I've been to Maine. It's a beautiful place. I love it there. The ocean's beautiful, and moose, man, moose. I'm a hunter. I'm an outdoorsman. Woo, that's one of my dreams, to go up there and hunt a moose with a bow. Someday.
I get the impression all they do there is bottled water.
That's that Poland Spring get you.
When you read the back of the bottle, it comes from like 1,000 different, like they have them so all over the place. You go there and it's like Poland Spring factory in every town. Like,
Cuomo blows.
Yeah. Hard.
We agree, William. We agree.
He gets on my nerves. There's been a couple of times that I had to grudgingly respect his decisions. He's not dumb. He's just quite literally unlikable. Couple of times I show Cuomo respect. Like, I hit him with all those sexual harassment charges. You know what he did? He was like,
"Here, guys, have some marijuana."
Well, that, and then he just refused to elaborate further. He was just like, "No, you go ahead and find out whatever it is you got to find out. See about it." Instead of like explaining himself away and digging his hole deeper, like he didn't do that. He avoided, like they tried to cancel him, and he seen right through it and was like, "Nah, you ain't gonna do that."
No, he did.
And so I had to respect it. I'm like, here's a guy. he was uncancelable because they've been trying to do that to people.
So Jackson would like to know, how did you guys start prepping and what got you into it? So the start was when I was in the Patriot movement, and my friend looked at me and asked me what my family was going to eat when everything went to shit. And it kind of set off the light bulb. And then a good friend of mine who happens to have the same name as Jackson, he kind of pushed the envelope with me a little bit, and he told me, he's like, "Man, you gotta be able to feed the kids, you know. You're not going to be running around with no food, and if you think you're going to go into the woods and survive off wild game, well, that's you and the 10,000 other people I've talked to that live around here." So
everybody's just going to go hunt deer, like we got them like that.
Yeah, that was
it's not a buffalo hunt out here.
That was the light bulb for me. And that's kind of what started the ball rolling. And then current events, man. You just watch and see what's going on in the world around you. It's like makes you accelerate your plans a little bit. So that's kind of what did it for me. What about you, Livingston, man?
This is a fun question. You tell by our reaction. I think we both thought it was. We were like, for me, my father was a Vietnam veteran, and so was like the fathers of a couple of kids on the block I grew up on in Hudson. So like these dudes had like their old jungle boots and like some of their old gear and stuff like kicking around, and like there was even like a True Blue Army Navy store like in town that had like authentic like surplus stuff. Like so like we came up on Rambo and Schwarzenegger and Commando and all these cool action movies in the 80s and stuff. And so and then you could go to the store and you could like get this stuff. So we were running around with like Anglehead flashlights and LDVs and like size 4 jungle boots because our fathers thought it was cute to dress us up like that. And like it started with the gear more or less. Like it was super cool stuff, man. And like a buddy of mine's like his cousin was in the army and he sent him home an MRE. It was like one of the first ones like ever when they were first testing them out.
Oh,
we like
coolest kid on the block.
No, so yeah, we went out, we camped out in the backyard, like probably like, I don't know, 10 years old, right? And it's like built this fort in the backyard, had this MRE. We was like straight commando in the backyard, I always just came up on that. Like I dressed like this. I mean, I looked like this. I always was like this. And then prepping was just a
evolution of it all.
Sure, like now you can use the gear for what you're actually supposed to use it for. There's kids playing in the yard anymore. Although, aren't you? Yeah, which boys playing army? Aren't we all?
Well, I think we're
fun question, and I love that one.
I think we're all gearing up for kind of what we feel is the inevitable.
Self-sufficiency.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal.
Everything that you know, you take for granted. That the lights will come on, that there'll be food at the store, and gas.
Water's going to come out of the tap.
Water will come out of the tap. And back to the what do they call it again? The multi-phase planning thing.
PACE.
That's it.
PACE planning.
Back to the PACE planning thing. Okay, now once you realize what can be taken away from you and how important it really is, how do you get that when it's not provided to you by its normal
means? Yeah, the just-in-time delivery system is an incredibly fragile thing.
You ever see how mad you get? Anybody here ever use dial-up internet? Or worse, call someone on the phone? All right. Now, we get pissed when it takes like 3 seconds to load the web page.
Yeah.
When back in my day, when I was a young buck, I used to be able to smoke a whole cigarette waiting for the goddamn web page to load. But yet, like now I'm pissed because it took 3 minutes.
It's true.
Excuse me, 3 minutes, 3 seconds. You know what I meant?
Instant gratification society.
Yeah.
We sit and we tap our toes waiting for the microwave. So it's, everybody wants everything and they want it now. Amazon has spoiled us to the point where, I smashed my GoPro. I ordered a new one. It's at my house waiting for me when I get home.
Next day delivery.
Yeah.
In a survival situation or an SHTF, is that what you call it? Scenario?
SHTF.
That's what I said. Everything is going to go way slower. You're not going to know what happened next door for 3 weeks. Never mind what happened in Hong Kong or in Australia or whatever. All that done. You'll be forced to deal with the fact that you really, literally only know about your immediate situation and those around you.
Yeah, that's
the information overload that we experience now. You'll actually withdraw from it.
Yeah, that constant state of bombardment.
And I challenge anybody to just go ahead and put your phone down for 24 hours and
unplug.
See if you can do it, and start with that, because then imagine that phone is not going to come back on.
Let's see, Stephanie Joe says that her generation was before the internet.
So was mine, technically. I was kind of born right before it.
Laura doesn't even have cell service at her place.
How do you have Facebook service?
It's internet. She said she doesn't have cell phones, so she didn't say she had internet. Right? Because you can't do voter ID because there's no Kinkos down the road for you to make a copy. Anyhow, it's a celebration. 1,000 subscribers. Woo!
Can you hold them for like 5 minutes?
Yeah, but of
Livingston Man has got
course.
to
But of course.
10 to herd.
Aye, aye, Captain. Aye, aye, Captain. Laura doesn't do Facebook. Oh, I don't blame you. I'm currently on a Facebook ban. They like to do that to me because I speak a lot of truth on there, and the more truth you speak, the less they will allow you to talk. So Facebook's been modeling me pretty good, and I should have separated my accounts, my Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, from my personal accounts, but of course, it was convenience of having everything in one, so I didn't. And I got to be on my best behavior when I go back, because I feel that the next ban will be the big one. So I got to be really careful with Facebook. And apparently you have to be extremely careful on here also. Pinball was the one who got his stream taken down. And I know that YouTube will yank people's videos, monetization. Magic Prepper had his whole entire channel demonetized, probably because of his firearms content, and he doesn't even really have that much firearms content. And I really like his videos. He's upbeat and keeps things moving. Mark Bottoms, hey preppers, new here. How's everybody? We're all good here, bro. We're all good here. In a world of instant gratification. You're absolutely right, Mad Shad. Jackie Perez subbed after the Angry Prepper shouted you out. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoy the content. Old Mutt, you're all are spoiled. I grew up with a rotary phone and party line. Oh, man. Old school. Mad Shad. 101, congrats. Thank you so much, Mad Shad. Same here. Mark Bottom's good in Alabama. So Old Mutt just hit us with the we're all spoiled. He grew up with a rotary phone and party line.
Now, the first phone I was born in 1982, algorithm. The first phone I ever learned how to use was a rotary phone. The kid next door actually taught me how to use it. And he did the thing. It's funny to try and watch a younger generation even contemplate how to use such a thing. When touch tone phones came out, they actually would do the pulse anyway. Like when you hit the button, it would go.
Yep.
And yeah, I remember that, Alan. Not like you do, but I was there.
Mark wants to know if we're in the big city or what. No, we're actually.
See, New York is this whole thing.
Yeah, we just discussed that.
Like Washington.
We are 2 hours north of New York City, between the Berkshire Mountains in Massachusetts and Connecticut and the Catskill Mountains here in New York, and they call this place the Hudson Valley.
One day they'll probably consider it like a UNESCO site. Not yet.
Yeah, they haven't built any internment.
It's a jewel. It's this little jewel where all the
horses come and the
you got this strange mix of rich people from south of us down the city, and then you got us, the proletariat class, we do their bidding for them. It's cool. It's a back scratching.
A lot of big actors and people like that have moved up to the Hudson Valley over the years.
It's kind of a trendy area, but some of us were just born here.
Now, quick history thing: the first settlers here, they believe, were the Vikings, and they found some maps where they believe that the Vikings called this Vinland.
I'm pissing on that theory. You're talking about Newfoundland, way up in Canada.
Oh no, they're talking about the incredible grapes that they grew here for their wine, and this is one of two places in the United States where you get really good wine.
Yeah, my information thought that they was either talking about Virginia, South Carolina, or like Newfoundland, Nova Scotia.
Well, that was the thought.
New York, like what the hell?
That was the thought. They found they were doing some excavation down in around West Point area, and they were digging there for a thing, and they found what appeared to be a village of Nordic people and a bunch of natives from the area, and it appeared that they got into a skirmish, and everybody died in years. You know, the layers built up, and the DNA test revealed that they were from the Vikings.
Now, this has been attested to in legend, where like almost pre-Columbian Indians, not quite pre-Columbian, but pre-Revolution Indians, so before there was an America.
Correct.
Had contact with like, you know, blonde, like white men. And in some cases, like they were seen like as far west as like Minnesota and stuff. There's cases where they found like runes buried on stones way out in the Midwest in New York. I never heard about no find at West Point. West Point is this cool place in the Hudson River where it does an S turn, so they built a fort right there so that the British couldn't sneak up on us. They put a chain across the river too to stop them in case they tried. Then Benedict Arnold gave up the whole thing. Thanks, bud. Good job, asshole.
Traitor.
Nobody likes a traitor.
All right, guys. Well, we're just about an hour deep here. I think we're going to wind the stream down here in a minute.
Any last requests?
Yeah. We'll have the Livingston Man serenade. He's an incredible singer. North Hudson Valley. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Look it up, Mad Shad. Do a little Google search. You'll find some more information about it.
What's true?
The Norse being in the Hudson Valley. And
I'll have to look at it myself. I'm interested as well.
Way pre-Christopher Columbus.
Well, you're talking pre-Christopher, even the Vikings stuff there, you're talking like, 11, 1200.
Yeah, that they actually found this place long before he did.
So much of that history has been lost, and they've just now started to be able to figure out how to decode it. So there's a lot of interesting things happening in archaeology these days if you're into that sort of thing.
Yep.
Never shy away from pursuing knowledge. You never know why you might need to know something.
Yeah, something come in handy someday. Sucks you're more south than what I thought for me.
We're not city people.
No, where are you from, Chad? I know New York pretty well. And you're right, salmon fishing is one of the best kept secrets in Western New York. I come out there all the time for a annual salmon fishing run.
So all y'all that have been prepping for cigarettes, hit me up because I'm looking for a good deal. I want those indigenous cigarettes though.
The Kensington ruins were proven to be fake, but the Norse were here.
The Kensington stone, is that what he's talking about?
Yes.
That's the thing I was talking about out in Minnesota. Yes.
Yeah. So they're proven to be fake. Chad K is from Schoharie County. Okay. Buffalo wing shortage up there. Not that I know of, but there have been weird shortages of certain things. From time to time, you go in the grocery store and there's just a section of bare shelves.
We're coming up with the most random shit that's like there's a shortage on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Insert random thing here. You're like, why? Yeah. Like, what happened?
Troy says, thanks for the live stream. Good job. Thanks, Troy. We're going to try and do more of these a little more often.
It's been fun to interact with all you guys. Usually we go out in the woods and like make these videos, and like one of these days we'll try to do like a behind the scenes of like how we kind of do it, like so you get a different perspective, like what we're seeing like as versus like what you guys see. So this has been just interesting to sort of interact with you like on a personal level instead of waiting for you to watch it later.
Yeah, the comments are always awesome, man. I love the comments on the videos. I like interacting with you guys. I'm never going to get everything right. So when you guys chime in and right the wrongs, I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. And it makes me a better person, makes me a smarter person, keeps me on my toes. Dig in the small group, open chatting. Thanks, Steve. I wish we were around some reservations so I could find some cheap cigarettes herself. not that great.
I mean, yeah, cheap, but I'm telling you, you might as well just quit.
You really do
They're
get
not-
what you
not
pay for when it comes to
even-
those.
They're like cheap coffee. Like, ugh.
Mark wants to know if we're into radios for comms. If you are a prepper and a survivalist and you haven't bought the $25 Baofeng radio, you're dead wrong. Go buy you 2 of them Baofeng radios right now because you're going to break one because they're cheap Chinese garbage.
On the other hand, they're Chinese. And you think like authorities don't know about this? Like, I mean, all you guys run around with your Baofeng radios, like they didn't tune into that fucking channel first, dude.
Oh, it's
So I mean, there's that like tactical control versus strategic. You got decisions to make when it comes to using those fucking things. But if you're worried about them hacking your cell phone and turning on your camera without you knowing about it, they can definitely listen to you on your little Baofeng radio.
Well, the good old rule of thumb is no comms are secure comms. So if you guys are talking super secret squirrel stuff, you might want to talk in your super secret squirrel code. So keep that in mind.
We can agree to disagree. See how we just like had 2 different opinions and like didn't hate each other?
Yeah. I don't hate,
Try it.
I don't hate. I learn. And if I don't learn, I lost. So.
You know what, dude? You don't like Baofeng, you can unfriend me, bro. Come on.
No, I would actually try and invest in a higher quality radio if you can. But that's, they're cheap, they're affordable for people.
Baofeng, you're gonna get what you. That sounds like.
Yeah.
Your buddy talks to you all year. Baofeng,
If you can program it. Thankfully, I knew some awesome people who hooked me up and programmed my radios for me.
Again, any sort of electronics, period, require power.
Yeah.
They will last, they're 12 hours without a means to recharge them, otherwise replenish them.
Yeah, you
can
just
kiss
carry,
that goodbye too.
You're carrying extra weight for nothing.
So always think of like any of your little electronic goodies and stuff. I mean, some things are solar rechargeable and stuff, but if you got the panels and you got the inverters and every other thing, then plan your whole thing around that because you're going to need the power. As soon as you gadgetize yourself, you have to powerize yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Always keep that in mind. And imagine there's no power. So what you now have is a commodity.
Mad Chad has a super secret squirrel decoder ring. So he's set.
Good thing.
He's set. I hear you chirping, Squirrely. So Mark runs GMRS 5 watt.
All right, you're getting like maybe 28, but they claim about 28-mile range with those, like the FRS/GMRS radios. Those kind of work pretty good, man.
Yeah, they're all based on line of sight.
They're super easy to jam. If you're like around a big city or somewhere like you're up against a bunch of bad dudes or something, like you ain't using those in like say like a protest situation. They just jam them out and everybody just gets static. In a wilderness situation, they work pretty good.
Yeah,
I've used them in hunting and stuff like that. Been miles away from my buddies, and they work great. You can get the earpieces for them and stuff.
Especially hilltop to valley or hilltop to hilltop.
Yeah,
they work pretty good.
Sure.
But you want to try and keep big obstructions out of your way.
Yeah, over water and stuff is where you'll get your maximum range on something like that, line of sight, or like over you're out on boats. They're a cool alternative to like ham radios, which I think are short waves, which are what the Baofengs are.
Yeah. Well, they do.
They're more localized, like shortwave radio signals can travel around the world. I've heard guys talk about, we was typing into the shortwave radio signal, we heard people speak German, we heard dudes speaking this and that. It's like, yeah, because those signals like bounce off the upper atmosphere and come back down. You can grab signals from like Eastern Europe with a shortwave radio.
Yeah,
doesn't mean that like Eastern European Nazis are like infiltrating your border. Like you're mistaken on how your technology works. Okay.
Mark says we're in the boonies, so they do well. Patty says Uniden radios are great quality. Yeah, I think so too.
Unitons, Midlands,
I've
Motorola's,
beat
they're all
the
the same.
crap out of those things, and even broken antennas, they still work.
Always buy the Midland ones because you get them in pairs or even 4-packs, and they come with the batteries and the headsets and all that crap.
Yeah.
So Motorola does the same thing, and they have like the throat mics and all the cool accessories and shit. The Midlands I got have the like the Secret Service earpiece. It's got the coily tube.
Oh
like
yeah,
official, dude.
yeah.
You walk around wearing that shit. You ain't even got to be hooked up. People automatically like respect.
I went full techie, and I got the throat mics for the bow fangs. So it's hand free. Just just tap my chest. Kirk to bridge.
I put mine on the handle of my Wii controller, like right there. So talk to my dudes in the game chat. You know what I'm saying? Along with the way to turn on the light on the motion sensor. Think about it. It's been a real blast hanging out with you guys. No doubt.
It's been absolutely awesome.
I've never really done a live stream before. I just sat here and like chilled, like talking to a camera.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see everybody on the other end. It's been awesome having you guys here tonight. I want to thank you for spending your Friday night with us. Totally awesome. Really appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. Stick with us. There's lots more coming from Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. Lots more coming from the Livingston Man. We've got stuff in the archives ready to go. We've got videos coming up. Mark says it'll be interesting to see our channel grow. Thank you so much, Mark. I appreciate it. And I'm hoping for the growth as well. The more people I can reach, the more people I can help spread a little bit of knowledge to it. Like I said, I don't know everything, and I'll pass along what I do know, and hope somebody gets something out of it.
Yeah, take in what we don't. We all sit here.
That's it. We'll learn together, guys. So I want to thank you guys again for joining us. Hudson Valley Prepping Survival, and we're out of here.
We can't make it stop.
Just can't stop the stream.
And we're back.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.